Did you know that over 10% of gas stations in America are selling fuel that doesn't even meet the minimum detergent standards? That means millions of drivers, maybe even you, are unknowingly filling up with gas that clogs injectors, ruins sensors, and shortens your engine's life. And some of these stations are big household names. So before you head out for your next fill-up, you need to listen to this. There are certain gas stations you should never use again. If you're someone who cares about protecting your vehicle with real facts, instead of just marketing hype, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. It's just actually shocking to me that over 95% of people who watch these videos do unsubscribe, even though they can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars from the information I share. Subscribing costs you absolutely nothing, but it helps me keep bringing you this kind of content that dealerships and big companies really don't want you to see. Alright, let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 6. Love's. Now here's something most drivers don't realize. Love's is primarily built for trucks, not for your daily commuter car. And the shocking part? Its gasoline often lags way behind in the detergent additives that are crucial for protecting modern engines. This means every single time you fill up at a Love's, your fuel injectors and intake valves are missing out on the cleaning power they desperately need to stay healthy. I've heard from so many mechanics who warn that cars fueled regularly at Love's start to develop common problems: rough idling, hesitation when you try to accelerate, and a noticeable drop in gas mileage. Now, to be fair, the fuel does meet the minimum legal standards. But here's the thing, minimum just isn't good enough for today's cars, especially those with tighter tolerances, turbo engines, or hybrid systems. Over time, those nasty deposits can form much faster than you think, leading to some seriously costly maintenance bills down the road. And there's another hidden risk: fuel turnover. Love's locations are designed for long-haul trucks, which means the gasoline in their underground tanks can sit around for much longer than at a high-traffic station that's constantly cycling through its supply. Stale fuel can lead to all sorts of problems like water contamination, sediment buildup, or even chemical breakdown, all issues your engine will silently absorb. So yeah, one tank from there probably won't destroy your car, but using it regularly? It's a slow path to clogged injectors, carbon buildup, and lost performance. And if you thought that was bad, the station I'm about to name next will really make your jaw drop. Coming in at number 5. Speedway. With over 3,000 locations spread across the country, you'd think Speedway would be a pretty reliable choice, right? But here's the jaw-dropper. Speedway is not a top-tier certified gasoline. Just like some of the other budget brands, it looks like a solid option. They've got bright lights, clean-looking stations, and a big, recognizable name. But don't let that fool you. Their gas often comes from a mix of different local suppliers, which means you never really know what's actually going into your tank. It could be decent one week and subpar the next. Engines that run on Speedway fuel tend to show the same pattern over and over again. Vehicles that rely on it for years often develop significant carbon buildup on the intake valves, sluggish throttle response, and a noticeably lower fuel economy. And it's not just anecdotal. Independent tests of Speedway fuel have frequently revealed detergent levels that are well below what modern direct injection engines require. Without enough of those crucial cleaning agents, carbon deposits harden faster, airflow gets restricted, and your car's performance slowly drops off without most drivers ever realizing why. But it gets worse. Back in 2020, some Speedway stations were actually caught selling fuel that was contaminated with water after heavy rains. Drivers would fill up, drive just a mile or two down the road, and their cars would start sputtering or just wouldn't start at all. Water mixed with gasoline is a recipe for disaster. It can rust your entire fuel system from the inside out and completely destroy your fuel pump. That's not a small problem. And believe me, the next station on this list is going to shock you even more. Alright, at number 4 we have 7-Eleven. You'd think a massive, well-known brand like 7-Eleven would care about the quality of what goes into their pumps, right? Well, not really. Most people don't realize that 7-Eleven doesn't refine its own fuel. They're a convenience store first. For their gas, they just buy from whichever local supplier offers them the cheapest deal that week. That means one 7-Eleven station could have decent gas, while the one right down the road could be selling something totally subpar. There's zero consistency. And that inconsistency is an absolute nightmare for your engine. Engines fueled regularly at 7-Eleven often show classic signs of low-quality fuel, rough idling, hesitation when you step on the gas, and reduced fuel economy. Some cars even start knocking or pinging under acceleration, which is a major red flag for low-octane fuel or even water contamination. It's not just a theory. EPA and state inspection reports have flagged several 7-Eleven locations for having ethanol levels that exceed the standard 10% in their regular gas. And some of their underground storage tanks have been found with significant sediment buildup. In a few documented cases, pumps at 7-Eleven locations had to be shut down for selling off-spec fuel that could directly harm injectors and fuel pumps. On top of all that, 7-Eleven gas is not top-tier certified, just like the others we've mentioned. This means the detergent levels are consistently lower than what's recommended for modern engines, leading to carbon buildup on intake valves, injectors, and inside the combustion chambers over time. The few cents you might save at the pump could easily end up costing you hundreds, if not thousands, in fuel system repairs or injector cleaning services. And if you think that's bad, just wait until you hear about the next station. It might shock you even more. But before we move on, if you're getting value from this, do me a quick favor. Starting with number 3, Circle K. This one is sneaky because it's everywhere. You see that bright red Circle K sign and think it must be a solid, trusted brand. But here's the truth most drivers never hear. Circle K does not make its own fuel. They buy from whoever sells the cheapest gasoline that week. That means one tank might be fine and the next can hurt your engine. There is zero consistency. Engines running on Circle K fuel often start showing trouble over time. Injectors get sticky. Intake valves get coated with carbon. Some cars begin misfiring on and off. When a bore scope goes inside the cylinders, you can see black soot sitting right on top of the pistons. That's a clear sign of weak detergent fuel, gas that can't clean the engine the way top-tier fuel does. And the water problems? They keep happening. In August 2022, in El Paso, Texas, a Circle K was found with water in the fuel. The state opened an investigation, and fines could reach up to $1,500. Fast forward to December 2024 in Tallahassee, Florida. Customers reported stalling and rough running. Inspectors found water in the underground tanks and issued a stop sale order. Then, in January 2025, a driver in Charleston, South Carolina, sued Circle K after water-contaminated diesel caused major engine damage. Water and gas is a nightmare for your car. It can rust fuel pumps, clog injectors, and stop a car right in the middle of the road. And it can happen after just one bad fill-up. So, while Circle K is convenient, that convenience could cost you thousands in repairs down the line. And the next station? It's a highway favorite, but you might regret every single tank you buy there. Coming in at number 2, Murphy USA. You've seen them. Murphy USA stations sit right next to Walmart parking lots in almost every state. They're easy to spot and even easier to reach. But cheap and convenient does not mean good for your engine. Murphy USA built its whole business model on one idea: sell gas for less than everyone else. And when the price drops, the detergent package is usually the first thing that gets cut. Engines running on Murphy fuel often start showing problems over time. Cars begin to idle rough. Some sputter when you press the gas pedal. Fuel injectors wear out sooner than they should. Many drivers think their car is just getting old, but most of the time it's the fuel causing the trouble. In several state tests, Murphy's detergent levels fell below what modern engines truly need to stay clean. Ethanol levels also swing too much, which can cause poor fuel trims and dirtier combustion, leading to more gunk inside your engine. Then came the big incident. In May 2018, in San Antonio, Texas, dozens of drivers filled up at Murphy stations and barely made it out of the parking lot. Cars stalled, engines sputtered. Some wouldn't start at all. Investigators found water in the underground tanks. The gas had to be pumped out and completely replaced. Similar cases were checked at other Murphy stations in Texas and Louisiana. Water mixed with your fuel is a serious threat. It can rust your fuel pump, clog your injectors, and shut your engine down without any warning. Sure, Murphy USA saves you a few dollars today, but the long-term cost with clogged injectors, carbon buildup, and expensive repairs will wipe out every single penny you saved. And the next station claims to sell performance fuel. But it's one of the dirtiest on this list, and the number one gas station to avoid is Pilot Flying J. This brand is huge on the highways. Truckers trust it, and the stations always look clean and busy. But for regular passenger cars, it's one of the worst places to fill up with gasoline. Here's why. Pilot Flying J is built mainly for diesel customers, for the big rigs. That means the gasoline side isn't used as often. When gasoline sits too long in underground tanks, water, rust, and sediments start to settle at the bottom. When that gunk gets pumped into your car, fuel pumps corrode, filters clog, and engines run rough. Cars that regularly use Pilot Flying J gas often show early fuel pump wear, hot running engines, and random misfires. Some drivers even notice weaker acceleration because the fuel quality just isn't consistent. Tests from several states show their regular gas has low detergent levels, far below top-tier standards. Low detergents mean fast carbon buildup. Your valves get dirty, spark plugs foul, and your fuel mileage drops. There's also the issue of sulfur. Some samples of their gas have shown slightly higher sulfur levels than other stations. That sulfur can slowly damage your oxygen sensors and catalytic converters, two parts that are very expensive to replace. And here's something many drivers don't know. Pilot Flying J was caught in a massive fuel rebate scam back in 2014. The company paid $92 million to the government and another $85 million to trucking companies for cheating customers. Now that scandal didn't involve bad fuel, but it does show a pattern of cutting corners to save a buck. Bright signs and clean bathrooms don't protect your engine. Your safest move? Skip Pilot Flying J for gasoline. If all of that sounds rough, don't worry. Not every station is bad. But you might think choosing the right gas station protects your engine. And that's only half the story. The real money drain happens right at the pump. Gas stations use sneaky tactics to make you spend more every time you fill up. Click the video on your screen to learn their biggest secrets before they get you. Thanks for watching.